Hello, and welcome to episode 10, milestone episode, big episode 10. Um, Same as always, we're going to preview the games here. I'm here with me co-host, Denny. Welcome, mate.
Hey mate, how are you?
I'm good, as always.
Yeah, nice. All right, so we're gonna get the episode started off. Excuse me, sorry. Um, we put up a poll, sorry, on Twitter. It was who'd be the most successful incoming head coach next year. 62% of you guys thought it'd be Todd Payton. 23% thought Anthony Griffin. 8% thought it'd be Nathan Brown, and the other 8% thought it would be Trent Barrett.
Yeah.
So with the people thinking Todd Payton, who do you think?
Well, I agree with the poll. I think our Twitter followers are very educated, and I reckon Todd Payton's probably poised best out of all of them to have some early success there with the Cowboys. I don't think a lot needs to change at the Cowboys. I think they just need some fresh ideas. I think their roster's pretty good. I'll just run through the rest of the coaches there. I think the Bulldogs are in a bit of a rebuilding phase at the moment. I don't think they'll see much success next year. The Warriors, they're probably going to have to play out of Australia again next year, so that's a bit of uncertainty for them. So they'll be dealing with those issues. The other team, I think Dragons have a little bit of upside if they can. It's all going to depend on how
Yeah,
they react to Anthony Griffin there, but I think they could have some success as well next year. What do you think?
I was thinking Anthony Griffin. That Dragon side, it's a good side, and he's a good coach. I think we were talking about him the other day, and it was something like he's only missed the finals once
Yeah,
out of about 7 years, I think it was. So I think if the Dragons can play well under him,
yeah,
surely.
definitely. Speaking of the finals, my main point of this episode is: do you think the top four, as it is now, is locked in? That'll be the top four at the end of the year.
I think that the top four might just be decided. The only team I could see dropping out is Parramatta, but they've got the easiest run home. Apart from Penrith, they've got the Tigers and Broncos in the last two rounds.
Yeah,
So if somehow they lose those games, I could see the Raiders definitely coming into the four.
I'm the same. I give the Raiders the only chance of making the top four. I think it's pretty much sewn up. But if the Eels were to lose this week and the Raiders win this week, it puts a little bit of pressure on the Eels, and they haven't been playing that great. So it all depends on this week. I think it's a big game for both the Raiders and the Eels there. Well, let's get into a
Sure.
big game for the Rabbitohs. They're on the edge of the top four there. They've got the Tigers this week on Thursday night. Tigers are unchanged after their comeback win against Manly. The Rabbitohs, on the other hand, Dane Gagai is back from a hamstring strain. Totola is out, which means Liam Knight will come into the starting team there. I think the Tigers bounce back into the winner's circle here, and I think they put up a big score against the Tigers. I think the Rabbitohs. Did I say the Rabbitohs or Tigers?
You said the Tigers will bounce
No,
back.
no. The Tigers won't bounce back. They'll be bouncing back to the losing column. No, the Rabbitohs will be winning, I think, and the Tigers have conceded 30 in their last four games, and four of their last five. So the Rabbitohs will be putting on a big score here, I think.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you there, mate. Yeah, as you said, the Tigers have conceded 30 or more points in four of their past five games, as where the Bunnies, on the other hand, have scored 30 or more in three of their past four games. One of those games being 56 against Manly, and another was the 38-0 thrashing over Parramatta.
Yeah.
So I can see this being an absolute slaughter.
Yeah, well, I thought I said the Rabbitohs to win, and then I seen your face. And I thought, oh, I must have stuffed up there.
Yeah.
No, the Rabbitohs will be winning, definitely. All right, the first game on Friday is the Bulldogs and Manly. This, I think, will be an absolute stinker. Um, the Bulldogs, heaps of changes for them. Montoya, Holland, Foran, they're all out. Ockenball's back for his first game since his little incident in the preseason there. Dylan Watendi, Zelezniak will play in the centres. Avarillo will play in the halves. For Manly, Kate Cust is back after Schuster was injured on the weekend. Tafua is gone for the season, which means the third Travojevic brother might be a chance of playing there. He's a centre or a back rower, I think.
I don't know much about the third Travojevic brother. I haven't really heard much about him. But the Bulldogs have actually lost their past 6 games, and if they lose this week, it'll be the first time since 2007 that they've lost 7 in a row. I really don't think the Bulldogs can get the win here, mate. Loss of Kieran Foran. I think they said he's gone with a pec injury for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he's played his last game for the Bulldogs there.
Yeah, probably. They've named that Jake Averillo, as you said, at 5'8". That's his preferred position. But with Wakeham on the bench, if you were the Bulldogs coach, would you keep Averillo starting or bring Wakeham because he's got a little bit more experience playing in the halves?
Well, it depends.
Bring him in.
It depends what you're looking to do next year. Like I'd play Wakeham in the halves. I don't know a lot about Averillo in the halves, but it depends what you see in Averillo. Like if you see him as a half long term, then why not let him play the last 3 games there? I'm the same as you. I can't see any other result but a Manly win here. But then again, I thought Manly would beat the Tigers last week, and we all seen what happened there.
Yeah.
All right, big game. First big game of the weekend. Panthers Eels. Huge game here for the Eels, I reckon. Isaiah Yo's back. Kurt Capewell is in the reserves now. That probably shows you how strong of a side Penrith have. A player like Kurt Capewell can't get into the team. Reid Marnie's been named, but surely won't play. I think it's a bit of mind games there. So Ray Stone will start, I reckon. Now, I had some thoughts on this game. If Parra can win this game, I think it changes their whole year. I think it changes their last month anyway. I think if Parra can come out and win, you might just be talking about them as a chance to win the comp next week. If they can come out and beat the Panthers. But in saying that, I do see Penrith winning. I don't know.
Yeah, mate. Penrith are actually looking for 13 wins in a row, and only 2 other teams in the NRL era have ever done that. So that's a nice little quick fact for you. Fun fact for you, mate.
That's a Denny fun fact. Thursday fun fact.
Yeah. Parramatta are the only team to have beaten Penrith this season. They obviously drew with the Knights earlier, but Parramatta are the only team to get them this season. I don't think Parramatta were convincing last week against the Warriors.
No,
not very convincing at all. Some could say that the Warriors should have won that game. I just don't think that Parramatta will be able to beat the Eels. I hope they can, but Panthers are just such a good side. Kurt Capewell can't make the team. He's a gun.
Yeah, well, they're talking about him maybe on the bench for the Maroons. He can't even get on the bench for the Panthers, so they're going all right. Dragons Raiders, that'll be the first game on Saturday. Ravalawa has been dropped. That Cody Ramsey will make his debut. We just shared a video on our Twitter at TryLine YT of him getting told he's going to make his debut. That was actually really good. Go check it out. The Raiders, Papali trained well this week. You wouldn't think Ricky's going to risk him here against the Dragons. CS Oliola apparently is pretty close to coming back as well, but again, more than likely next week. Like I said, the Raiders win this. They're a red hot chance of sneaking into that top 4 if the Eels can, if the Panthers get it done against the Eels. So I think with the Raiders probably having more to play for in this game, they'll probably be winning.
Yeah, I was going to be saying that. With or without Papali, I thought the Raiders were going to win. They've just got a lot more to play for. The Dragons are officially out of playoff contention, so I think the Raiders will be winning here. And another quick fun fact for you, yet 2 today.
All right.
Jared Croker only needs 2 more goals to become the 10th player in NRL history to have kicked 800 NRL goals.
Wow.
So good luck to him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's been a good player for a long time down there at Canberra. Um, Broncos, Titans. This is where I'll see the first upset of the weekend. I've got the Broncos in this one. Brian Kelly and Jamin Jolliffe are both out. But Bo Firma is going to play in the centres, but he'll have a tough matchup here against Katoni Staggs. That's where I think they'll attack. That's why I think they'll get the job done. And the Broncos also have their captain, Alex Glenn, back. So I think the Broncos will break their losing streak here, and I'm tipping Katoni Staggs for a big game.
Well, I think that as well. But every time we say the Broncos are due for a win, the Broncos, they need a win, they come out and they just disappoint you.
Yeah.
But the Titans, they've won the first back-to-back games of the season. They're looking better than the start of the season. Let's just say that. The Broncos, on the other hand, have lost 8 in a row and have conceded an average of 38 points. And that's given them the worst defensive record in the comp. But I think I'm going to pick the Broncos in this game.
Yeah. I'm the same. No disrespect to the Titans. This is a winnable game for them, but the Titans have never beaten the Broncos twice in a year. So, and I don't think that ends this year. Roosters Knights. I think this will if this was in the semi-finals, this would have the potential to be a really good game. But the Knights, probably with one eye on the semi-finals, looks like they're going to rest some players here. Jake Friend's back for the Roosters. Orbison misses out, which is an interesting one. Ponga, Barnett, and Harmore Hunt all rested this week, which causes a big reshuffle. Also, the Knights haven't beaten a top 4 side this year, so I don't think they'll change this week. I think the Roosters will win this pretty comfortably.
Yeah, I think with all the players being rested, I could see this being a blowout to the Roosters. Daniel Tupou only needs 2 more tries to reach 100 NRL tries. Pardon me. So I definitely think that he could get those this weekend.
Yeah, and Teddy's in a bit of a mood at the moment. They could run right up the top of that, up the middle of that Knights defence. I could see. Another score I could see blowing out is the Storm Cowboys. Jesus Christ, this could get out of hand. Even with Pappenhausen out, you've got the Central Coast boy, Central Coast Junior, Nico Hines. He'll start a fullback for him. And Big Nelson's back for the Storm as well. So they could run right up the middle of the Cowboys with no Tamalolo. The positive for the Cowboys, for the first time, it feels like in 3 years, they'll be unchanged. They'll have the same side running out. So that's good news for them. But the Storm have won their last 10 against the Cowboys, and I think they'll make it legs 11 this week.
I think the exact same thing, mate. The Storm missing Pappenhausen, but he's been finding some form in the later end of the season. Sorry.
How good is he?
He's a gun. I think it's going to be a cricket score. I don't think the loss of Pappenhausen is huge because I rate Nico Hines. I think he's actually good. I think he'll fit right in there. I think he'll do a good job. So this might be a cricket score, mate. Sorry to say.
I can see Nico Hines really not affecting the makeup of the team because a lot of what Pappenhausen does is bring a lot of energy to the Storm. And Nico Hines is kind of that same player. So look out, Cowboys. That's on the Sunshine Coast. I would think about missing your flight there if I was a Cowboys player. The last game of the round, Sharks Warriors, a very important game. This will decide the top 8 this game. Sharks, Johnson's back, and that's a huge in for them. Talakai's into the starting side because Wade Graham's suspended. For the Warriors, George Jennings and Daniel Alvaro are back in the side because they couldn't play last week against the Eels. How I think this one will play out? Well, this is the one game I really got no idea. I think the Sharks are that different of a side with Sean Johnson in the side. I don't know. The Warriors really, really need the win. That's their season. I'm going to say the Sharks by 1.
Oh, that's a big call, mate.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna have to lean the other way, man. Although the Warriors have lost 9 from 10 against top 8 sides this season, I think the loss of Wade Graham is huge. Sorry, for the
Yeah.
Sharks.
Yeah.
He can literally do everything. Everything. He can kick. He can ball play. He can defend really well. Um, I just don't see the Sharks getting up, even with the inclusion of Sean Johnson. I think the Warriors will get the 2 points, mate.
I think it's going to be a huge game, and I could see 50-50 split. I could see everyone going both ways. All right. Our big bet. Let's be honest. It's tanked. 4 weeks in a row. We haven't done good. We've decided to scrap it. That's it. It's gone. Instead, we're bringing in a new segment, the hot tip. This is the hot tip. There's 3 weeks.
Tip.
3 weeks left in the season. We're going to go 3 for 3 on the hot tip. How it's going to work? One of us is going to pick a team to win. The other one's going to pick another market in the same game, preferably a try scorer. That'll be your hot tip. I'm going to pick a team to win this week. I'm going to leave the try scorer to you. That's your forte. I'm going to go the team to win. I'm going to go the Broncos to beat the Titans. That's my hot tip. Give us the try scorer.
Okay, so we've got a try scorer. So we've got 2 or more tries here. We've got Katoni Staggs to score 2 or more tries.
I like it.
Into Broncos head-to-head, that would be paying a total of $9.25.
That's it, guys.
Katoni Staggs been looking pretty dangerous over the last couple of weeks. So that is what we think.
Get on that. That's our comeback bet. That'll be the comeback. All right, and don't forget, we're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on all the podcasts. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter. Check us out everywhere at TryLine YT. Don't sleep on the podcast. It's awesome. We love it. You love it, Denny?
Some days.
Yeah, some days. All right. Enjoy your dinner, guys. Thank you.